Here we go. Here we go.
All right.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We back. Okay. Shout out to DJ Age. DJ Age for the intro.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate you. Good morning, Chicago and the rest of the world. We out here. Welcome to the MSG Money, Sex, Gen X podcast. It is me, Mr. Eric McLoyd, your corporate killer, CFO to the financially free, and the Scottie Pippen of this podcast. Guy.
We can get out of here.
I am not alone. I am never alone. I am here with the Titan of Team Tech, the Sultan of Streaming, the God of Genius Lab, and a proud Gen Xer, Mr. Scott Stewart.
Hey, they know what it is. What's happening, E?
What's up, soldier? How you doing today?
I'm good. We got to get your horn back again, man. Let's do that. Let's do yours again, man. Eric, the man with the plan. I just want to get that horn in, man. I love your horn, man.
Okay, you want me to run it back?
Yeah, why not? Real quick, man. Just pop a lot, man.
I got you.
I didn't bless you right, man.
Okay, this is Mr. Eric McLoyd, your corporate killer, CFO to the financially free, the Scottie Pippen of this podcast, Tinga.
There we go.
I want to talk to you more about how you're doing, but real quick, I want to make sure everybody knows that this episode is powered by Hubris Global Wealth Management, small businesses, not-for-profits that are looking to leverage some C-suite audacity to move your company forward. Go to hubriswealth.us and schedule a strategy session. Hubris Global Wealth Management, leverage our audacity, achieve wealth. All right. I've been looking forward to getting into this topic. I did dive into this quite a bit. So our topic for today is, why are you over 40 and still dating? Why are you over 40 and still dating? And I'm talking to me and you too.
Yeah. So a great question. Let me shout out a couple of people real quick. I want to shout out just a couple people that are live right now. Sabrina Alexander, my teaching colleague. What's up, Sabrina? I want to shout out Roland Jackson. I want to shout out Roland Kula. I want to shout out Darnell Key. What's up, people? Put your comments in this. We will be following along. We will be reading your comments. I want to shout out Nancia over in the UK. True. I see you, Nancia. So listen, there's a question that came up. Nicole Carter out of the DMV asked to define dating. And does that mean in the streets dating? And does that include shacking? You're shacking up. And so I said, I went by the application rules. If you're filling out an application for something that asks for your marital status, right? You're married, single, divorced. No, don't ask for divorce. You just say married or single.
Married or single, yeah.
So if you are not married, you are single.
Right.
Shacking or not.
Shacking or not.
Shacking or not.
That was my understanding of it when we came up with this. My thing was, if someone, like you said, if they ask you, are you married, and you answered no, and you are dealing with somebody in a relationship, then you date.
So does that mean that you're shacking and still dating? Does that mean you're still available?
That is a great question. So for those who may not be aware of this shacking term, because we're assuming we might have some non people that don't understand that word. What does that mean? What is shacking?
I mean, you living with somebody.
You're living with somebody.
You're living with someone.
So that's a great question. I had to really think about that because I saw something about that. So if you're living with someone, are you dating them?
I mean, and I think, are your options still open? You haven't committed. I mean, you haven't committed. So by the law's term, if you ain't married, you're single.
Right.
And so and I know that a lot of people that, will go to the Bible on this, and a lot of us, I'm shacking, living in sin, by some people's standards. I actually don't see it that way.
Right.
But does that mean, so, if you ask your partner, no, you ain't available, you taken, you shouldn't be dating. So let's go to that rule. Let's use that. Let's go by in the streets. Let's take so I ain't dating. I got one.
Okay.
I got my lady.
All right.
You got your lady.
Yes.
Are you unless you're still dating? Are you dating other women? Are you dating, Aaron?
I am not dating other women. I do consider myself to be still dating my lady, though.
Okay.
But I get it. I understand the other side of that definition. I get it.
But if you were married, you'd still be dating your lady.
Maybe.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, we both know you could be married and not really dating your spouse. You're just there with them.
See, so now we're digging into why you might be over 40 and still dating then, because. So what did you mean by that?
Yeah, I think what I meant by it is you're out here, like you're active, you're out here. Even though I said I'm dating, I get that, but I'm really talking about people who are out here dating multiple people. So you're over 40, you're out here dating multiple people. Why?
Okay.
And when we have this question, like when you hear this question in society, really what people are saying to you is this: you 40 years old, what's wrong with you?
Ooh.
Why are you not married? That's really what that's really what people want to get to. Is like, okay, fam, you 45, like, why are you not married? What's going on? Was something wrong with you? Something happened to you. What's going on? What's the issue? You should be married by all accounts.
Why wouldn't you be? So, okay, let's break it down. Let's start to break it down. Let's get into it. What are some reasons you might be 40 and over and still dating? Maybe you were divorced.
Maybe you're divorced.
And you still believe in the possibility of finding someone that you can. Let me make sure you get these air quotes settled down with.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's one. What you got? I gotta. We can volley this ball. We can go. We can volley this. What you got?
So on my end, if we take my definition of dating, I would say that you are dating because you have learned your lesson in terms of rushing, right? So I'm with the woman that I want to be with, no question about it. And we're going to do what we got to do, right? But we both know and understand that we needed to take that time to get to know who each other is and know each other's family. And so that's why we haven't taken the next step yet. But that was a decision that we made because we've rushed in the past.
Yeah.
What you got for me?
All right. So one is maybe you're divorced and you're trying to find your true again. Two is maybe you rushed. Three, maybe you're dating because you're looking for someone that is perfect.
Okay.
And as soon as they don't fit a particular construct, they're out the game.
Okay. Well, now that's interesting. Let's talk about that a little more. Let's dive into that. Now, we're 40. We're in our 40s, right? So you think that the average 40-something would know that perfect person doesn't exist.
Yeah, we can
You've
dig
been through a number of different relationships. You kind of know that at this point. So is that the real, if that person came with that reason, do you think that would be real or something they're just saying?
If I think for some, man, I think it's real. We got my girl, Christina Janelle. Christina, please drop a comment so we can, I'm really interested to hear what you have to say. Joy Gill, Joy, I want to hear what you have to say. I think that maybe it's maybe for some it's their reality. Maybe for others it's their cop out. Right? Because there's an emotional intelligence associated with this. Now, if you in your 30s and 40s and you still in looking, either you just playing the field and you playing around, knowing that you ain't even trying to be serious, or you don't know how to, you don't know what it takes to be in a relationship. You're afraid of commitment. I hate to rattle all these off, but these are some of the reasons, right? Like, and so if you know that there is no perfect, right? And then once you decide to lay down with a person, get with a person, what you're looking for, I think, is just who will you be able to, who can you love?
Who can you love?
Just love. Okay. Just love with all they flaws.
Okay.
Like, they gonna have some shit to get on your nerves. And who will it not, like, they not gonna run your way. It ain't gonna matter.
Right. I can see that.
Other than that, you kind of bullshitting yourself.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I asked a few friends of mine. Some of them told me, they were like, yo, I'm still dating because I've already been married and I want to have fun. I am 45, 47. I was on lock for 15 years. I'm going to have fun for the next 10 years. So maybe I'll get married again when I'm 55 or something like that.
Dang.
So that's out there.
Yeah, I know a number of people I've talked to in this week about how, what up, Gino? I know a number of people that have talked about how they get married and they don't have sex like they used to. They get bored with their partner. Their partner stops, being fly for them. I know I've talked to a couple of guys this week who felt like they lady used sex to lure him in, and then once they got him to commit, they felt like they were suckers. Like, I ain't got to do that no more. But we're committed. So don't you dare go cheat. Don't you dare go mess with another woman.
Right.
And so guys feel kind of like, guys don't need the same thing ladies need.
True that.
So I can see why somebody would say, you know what? Nah, I'm on just dating, and when the thrill is gone, baby, bye.
Right.
I just want it to be fun and exciting.
That's right.
All the time. I don't want the responsibility of being in a relationship.
Exactly. Especially if you got these people that they've already done it. They've done it before. You know what I mean? So it's not like because some people would say, well, you're scared of commitment, but they may have already committed in the past. Now, I also heard this, and this was interesting, but I felt it. It was like, look, at this age, I'm doing really well financially. It's too risky for me financially to get married, so I'm still dating. I'd rather spend that cash dating than spend the big money of having to go through a divorce.
Man, the fact that divorce is still like that possibility at this stage, and but yeah, I guess right. So a lot of people, man, even in that, is marriage even still a real thing, bro? Is marriage even still a real thing going into 2021?
That's a great question. Yeah, I would say it is, but it's like, I do think that people do look at it differently from what I've gathered from talking to people. It's like they're kind of going into it different, with a different mindset. I think back in the day, you're going into it like, man, we're going to be together forever. you know, we're going to have this family and all that. And I think now people are kind of going into it more pessimistic. Like, you know, we're going to see what happens, you know. So if dude act right or homegirl act right, we'll see what happens. But I don't know.
Yeah, I see a lot of people giving up real quick, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, I don't know about you, but do you find being in a long-term, being in a committed relationship is difficult or easy?
It's easy for me, but I'm a person. You ever heard of this term, serial monogamist?
I have. Yeah.
I think I'm a serial monogamy has never been that difficult for me. I think where I struggle is just I've struggled in the day-to-day.
What do you mean?
Of a marriage. You know, the day-to-day, it's a day-to-day grind. You know what I mean? And if you don't, man, it could be a beautiful thing, but after a couple of years, it can be a grind. And so you really got to have shared values and somebody that can kind of look past some of the things that you might say that's crazy and vice versa and all that. So, yeah. What about you? Is that difficult for you to be in a monogamous relationship?
No, it's not. I think so generally speaking, no, because I can get along with anybody. I can damn near make it work with anybody. I think the issue becomes if somebody isn't on that level and they haven't accepted themselves enough to accept me and all my flaws. Just be like, oh, that's stupid. You know what I mean? But you know, yeah. So I am a husband. I'm a caretaker, and I think, unfortunately, I think some women even find that weak. Like, you know, I think I have maybe even, in some instances, maybe even removed the element of surprise.
Oh yeah, right.
You know, right. Like so.
It's too safe.
It's too safe. Like
he gonna do this.
He gonna be there. Yeah, he gonna be there. He gonna be. You know, so that's problematic. But the other thing that I wanted to touch on, I see you, Grace B Music and Tanisha Green. Great topic. Thank you. Please continue to drop your comments. The other thing is, Eric, is and I lost my train of thought on that, but I am understanding that the number of women who have side dudes is through the roof.
Indeed. And I think that's becoming more known as time goes on, right? I mean,
I did not know I did not know that, dude.
They're getting it in out there. So, yeah, I think that's talked about more now. I think that's good. I mean, we always got the most press or the most pub for that type of stuff, but yes, it is out. It is through the roof. And I got some stats later on, and I'm gonna get into to kind of talk about why that could be more prevalent because of technology, also.
Okay. But, I'm interested to hear that. I'm interested to hear your actual factuals.
True indeed. You want me to drop a few of them now? I can do that.
Well, let me see. Let me see something real quick. Let me get this right. We are going to see.
Because I did do a little research. I did a little heavy research this week because I wanted to really dive into this.
Okay. Now it's that time of the show where we're going to move into, and this ain't supposed to be all formalized, but we do have a segment of the show called the Actual Factuals.
Actual Factuals. So I'm going to drop a couple of actual facts here. And, we do our research, and this is according to whoever the source of the information is, but let's talk about it. So one stat that I thought was interesting was according to the Bureau of Labor, 50% of the population over 40 is single.
Wait. 50% of the population over 40 single?
That was surprising to me. Yeah,
that's very surprising to me.
50%, half of the people, and this is from the Bureau of Labor. So I mean, I would think they're pretty credible. Yeah, so that was something to think about. Then I found something else that said, and this is AARP. They usually have some really good stats, but they were saying that according to a study by them, 30% of Gen Xers are dating. So we got 50% are single, but out of that 50%, 30% of those people are actually dating.
Okay.
48% are not dating, but they're open to it. And 22% have no desire at all to date.
Wow. They scarred. We got 22% that's totally scarred.
Yeah. So that was kind of interesting to see. And then they talked about, well, okay, so for the people that are out here dating, how much money are they spending annually doing that? So this was cool. So Generation Z, they're spending about $366 annually dating. Millennials are spending $696. Gen X is spending $903. And baby boomers are spending $784. So we're spending the most, Gen Xers, in terms of dating.
A year?
A year.
That ain't no bread, bro.
It ain't no bread, but no, I'm sorry. That's actually per month.
I'm about to say, because bro, you spending what?
Per month. So I was actually surprised, though, when you think about Gen Z, that's a lot.
That's a lot of money, man. $900 a month on dating. That's a lot of bread, bro. Oh, gosh.
Millennials spending almost $700 a month. So people aged 24 to 39. That's a lot of money, man.
That's like that's like 10, 12 G's a year.
Yeah, no doubt. So now here's another one. So out of the people who are dating, 21% want companionship, 24% want a partner but not marriage, 12% want fun and nothing serious. So we talked about those people a little bit. 34% actually do want to get married. 8% just want to have sex. Like just straight out sex, and that's pretty much it. And 3% they said other. They didn't really clarify that, but they just said other, 3%.
So are people lying to themselves? Are they lying to each other about their intentions behind dating? Are people, because our 8% seem kind of low. Seem like, particularly from what I'm hearing and seeing, it looks like there are a lot more women that just like, look, I don't want no attachments. I just, I call you when I need you, and that's pretty much it. Like, we could be cool. There's that whole ideology that some women are dating just to get a meal. They don't have a lot of money in their bank account, and hey, I can get a free meal. That's all I'm here for, is the meal.
Yeah, I mean, if I wonder how you would answer the question if you're a female and you got a guy that's just coming by to blow your back out, but you're actually dating somebody else.
So I don't have any actual factuals around that, but I've heard that women are looking for a lifestyle, not a man. Okay. And if you don't believe it, tell a woman that you lost your job and watch her skate up out your life too.
Okay.
Men don't care about that. Men are, physically stimulated, and actually it don't even take much men to hit damn near anything.
Should we care more about that than we do?
Lifestyle?
Yeah.
I think that was kind of the sentiment that we don't care about,
Should we though? I mean, we don't, but should we? I mean, is it hurting us in any way that we don't?
I think it does hurt us. At $900 a month, it hurts us.
Wow.
What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? How many notches on your belt? If we just being honest, I know we're having some small locker room talk here in this very, very public forum. It's just me and you talking to each other, and we letting other people chime in on our conversation. But if we move past, at what point do you move past just how many bodies can you catch? You know what I mean? And if we're over 40 still talk. Now, some of that is real. Like, you got to add this other point. I meant to bring this part up too. Some of us at 40, mid 40s, approaching 50, some of us Gen Xers, are at a very still sweet spot in life,
you
might be able to catch you a 22-year-old.
No, not might. You can't.
Yeah. A 22-year-old
Definitely can.
And hang with her, you know.
Yeah.
And hang with her, you know, and then catch you a someone that's approaching retiree age that's very seasoned.
The whole gamut, yeah.
Got the whole gamut, you know, that will kick you down. Be a sugar mama to you if you need it.
That's
you know, so I think there's a piece in there as well. Like, I don't know a lot. I mean, I'm sure there are some Gen X women. There are a lot of Gen X women who could do that, but I don't know a lot of Gen X women that's necessarily going to flaunt a junior 22 years, 23 years younger than her. But I don't know. I would need some women to admit that they'll be 45 and go out and about with a 22-year-old or 23-year-old dude.
Well, I've had some women admit that to me. I mean, now the go about part, they don't do that, but they just have the guy come over.
Okay, come on. So he's the guy that's blowing it back out,
and then keep it moving because they don't feel like they can really hold a conversation with the dude or have similar interests. But he can do that, and then you can keep it moving.
And so that's part of what I'm hearing about how women can have multiple side dudes at any time to choose from.
No doubt.
And play puppet master at any time because there's so many dudes sliding in these young ladies' DMs. they got the choice at any time to be like, all right, come on, slide through. Don't say much, shut up talking and just give me what you came for and I'll let you know when I want to talk to you again.
No doubt. And I've heard a lot recently, like people told me straight out, like younger women, they're looking for an older man.
Yeah.
They're, because I read in this research I was doing, they were like millennials for sure. They're definitely looking for older partners, but like even younger than millennial, like just young people, they have in their head now a lot of younger women, for what I understand. I don't know this for a fact, but what I'm seeing and hearing is that they actually want a man in their late 30s, early 40s, even if they're in their 20s. I thought that was pretty interesting because when I was growing up, the way, I think we talked about this in the prior episode, but the way we looked at age, it's like if I'm 20, you're 40, you're like almost dead. I'm not trying, you know what I mean? Like in the females that I was dealing with at the time, they definitely thought like that too. Now I think there's been a shift. I mean, there's been unless I just was naive and didn't understand that at the time, but that's different to me. I don't know. So maybe the 40-year-old men, like you said, they're in the prime position.
Yeah.
Now, I got a question for you. This is the burning question that I have for you.
Snap. You came with a burning question?
Yeah, I thought of this as I was talking to you, and I want to see if you may not be able to answer this. So you have to let me know.
Okay. All right. I like your burning questions be burning questions, bro. Let's see what you got, man.
So you have made it clear that you're basically in husband mode. You're in the house taking care of business and you're doing your thing for your family. Yeah. But what I want to ask you is, if you can fantasize a little bit, if you were out here.
If I was out there, if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Let's go.
Not dating. You're not responsible for anybody. You're not telling nobody nothing. You just out here dating. What would you be doing?
Smashing.
Like how would you approach that?
I'd be smashing buildings, bro. I'd be a gigolo.
Really? Okay.
I'd be a gigolo. Okay. Gigolo.
Wow.
I'd be a gigolo.
Interesting. Okay.
I would probably be a gigolo.
Gigolo. Okay. I just wondered that. At least you're honest about it. I mean,
I mean, if I have no, and look, I think I don't want to be. I don't want to look. Either we gonna do this and have fun and enjoy life and enjoy each other and it be sweet. Ain't no time for Ain't no time for wasting time. Life is short.
No doubt. No doubt.
You know, like what's happening, you know? And I know I truly believe that I believe I bring a lot to the table. I believe I bring a lot to the table. So, you know, I would prefer to give it all to one.
Right.
Right. But if that were not the case, I'd be having a blast, man.
Okay. Well, I got some other homies that are actually doing that right this second, and in multiple countries doing it. So I can kind of see what that looks like. You know what I mean? Like I got a homeboy right now. He's in Africa. Tearing it down.
Yeah, right.
He's our age, you know, but his whole thing is like, nah, I'm gonna do my thing, and I'm not getting no relationships. I'm gonna have fun, and he basically goes to different countries every month and do his thing. Yeah, he's okay with that. He's happy.
It's tiring. I can imagine it's tiring. It's probably lonely, and maybe even sad at times.
We've had mutual friends say about him that it is sad, but I don't think he's sad personally because his thing is he doesn't deal with any women in the States.
Yeah.
Purposely, you know what I mean? He's like, nah, I just recharge, come back to the States and recharge, and then go do my thing.
Go abroad.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Shout out to Sarah Mitchell. Sarah, I see you laughing at me. Sergio, see you, Sergio.
We got a lot of people in the house. That's good.
Yeah, I don't know why our comments not coming up. I wish y'all would drop some comments. Would you? Well, first of all, I want to know from our listening audience: are you over 40 and still dating? Yes or no? And why? I want to know what you're looking for. Are you not able to find the right person? Are you not being honest with yourself? Are you afraid to say, you know what? I want the stability of a relationship, but I still want to play the field. I just don't want to be a cheating husband or wife. And so if I don't commit, then I never was a cheating husband or wife. Or is it that really, you know, you waiting to find the perfect one, and because they're not the perfect one and you don't want to be alone, you'll take what you can get?
Yes, and we want to hear from ladies and the fellas.
Yeah.
You all are watching the Money, Sex, Gen X podcast. This is season 2, episode number 4.
Yeah, man.
Why are you still dating?
Oh,
that's what we're talking about today. Please get in those comments. We want to hear the feedback. So I think me and Stu have been pretty candid about the fact that we're not dating in the sense of what we're talking about. So the question is like people who are active, they're out here dating multiple people, you know, really just having a good time. We're kind of in husband mode, you know, we're in one relationship, we're happy with that, and that's great. But if, you know, I just asked 2 of you was out there, what would you be doing? What would I be doing?
What would you be doing, E, if you didn't have your kids are grown, independent, you are free, you know, and I know your lady, you have a wonderful lady.
Appreciate that, brother.
Who's very intelligent. I have a great deal of respect for you and your relationship and your lady. And so this is this is a purely hypothetical question.
Absolutely.
Think of our own personal conversation between just me and you, Eric.
No doubt.
Me and you here.
No doubt.
Nobody else is listening.
That's right. We're going to pretend that way anyway. But what would I be doing? Well, actually, I wouldn't be that much. Let's see. How do I want to answer this?
You want to be peaceful.
I would do what I have done, which was have a very good time. I'll say it like that. Have a very good time. Yeah, that's what I do. And I did. I have done that actually before I got back in husband mode.
What or let me ask this question. Is there anything that prevents the continuation of a good time in a LTR, long-term relationship?
Is there anything that prevents the continuation? Yeah, this the classic stuff. I mean, some person catches more feelings than the other person. Some people just get tired of having fun because they're like, where is this leading to, and all of that. I think it's the classic stuff. You might just get tired of the person, period. You might just get tired of them.
I used to say, I used this analogy. I used to use this analogy all the time. If you have what's your favorite food, Eric? Your favorite food? What's your favorite go-to food, man?
What's my favorite? Right now is something crazy. Black bean burger. Black bean burger. That's my favorite food.
Is that before? It's okay. So let me ask you because I want to make a point here.
Okay.
Aside from eating healthy and any I guess it's hard to answer. It's like, what's your go-to? Like mine is Giordano's pizza. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Mine is Giordano's, man. It's like,
okay.
I bang out the Giordano's like nothing.
I got you. Wingstop.
Okay. So let's just say
some Wingstop.
Yeah. Let's say you got your Wingstop. That's your go-to. Like, man, Wingstop. But you could only have Wingstop for the rest of your life.
Be tough.
It'd be tough, even though it's your go-to, right?
Be tough, man. Be tough. Yeah.
And so I've always thought that about relationships, LTRs.
LTR.
It's like everything that it's like, I love it. It's the best. This Giordano's deep dish is just the way the cheese melts. I'm thinking about it right now. You know what I mean? Just like, man.
Yeah.
But if that's all I could eat, at some point, even with that, I may be like, man, I just want something different.
LTR could turn into a LMG.
What is that?
Let me go. Let me go.
So my question then is, how do you prevent? Let's and this wasn't part of our show plan, but how can we prevent that LMG when you're in an LTR?
I don't think you can. Well, so am I saying that all relationships inevitably will go in that direction? No, I'm not saying.
No, they won't.
No. You know what? I'm gonna say this. You gotta relax. So this is what I learned in my relationships. Like, slow down and relax.
Relax.
And that's what's made my current relationship so good. It's like we definitely take each other seriously, but relax. You know what I mean? Like everything don't have to be so serious, and everything you say, why did you say this? And why did you talk to this person? Relax. That's my advice.
I'm with you. I'm committed to you, baby. It's nothing, right? I'm here. Yeah. And then I think too, there is something really important about space.
Yeah.
I met a couple that had been married, this happy couple. They had been married for more than 50 years. I remember asking the woman, this was many years ago, like, how do you do it? How did you do it? She was like, well, as soon as we got married, he was an over-the-road truck driver. So he only came home on weekends for more than 20 years. And that's just, we never found time to be mad at each other for too long, because we just enjoyed each other, and that absence just made the heart grow fonder. Now, I don't know if she had the pool boy on the side during the week at all, but I don't imagine she did. I don't want to believe that. I'm a sucker for the, she just wrote it out, and on weekends, and then they missed each other and they loved on each other, and that's how they kept it together.
Yeah. I love that. I love it. The other thing I'm thinking about is you said how to basically avoid that situation. The other thing I think you have to do is you have to. This is gonna sound real messed up, but I'm gotta say it. most people go into relationships sometimes thinking that it's going to last forever, even if you get married. I think when you say in your mind, like, this might not last more than 3 years. When you say, just think about your current relationship, and I don't want to get you in trouble. This is just me talking, but anybody out there, say you're in a relationship and you say to yourself, you know what? This might only last 3 years. Wouldn't you probably have a better time if in your mind you said to yourself, this might only last? It's like you had a terminal illness and you're like, man, I'm going to be out of here in 3 years. Those people tend to enjoy themselves way more than the person that's, quote unquote, got all the time in the world. So what if you said that, like, yo, I got 4 years. Let's just see what happens. You might have a better relationship.
That's very interesting. I've never, ever heard that before. Yeah. That approach before. That's absolutely phenomenal.
Try to get in that mindset, because some people will say, well, you're approaching it like it won't work. No, it's not that, because it could go well beyond the 3 or 4 years. You're just saying to yourself, how would I act if I knew this was only going to last 3 years?
That's right. Just like if you knew you only had X amount of time to live.
Exactly. It's way better of an experience. I can tell you that for sure. And then, it might go 4 or 5. It might be forever, but in your mind, you just kind of know that it might not.
Let me read this comment from Joy L. Gill. Joy says, most people are selfish, all about me in a relationship rather than being selfless. Joy L. Gill, thank you for your comment. Most people are selfish, all about me.
Have you experienced that?
Sure. I think I've been selfish.
Oh, okay.
I think I've been the selfish one. I think I've experienced being with someone who's selfish, and I think I've at times been selfish. But I think you said, I think that's the part of the podcast that we're probably going to post this week, is that whole idea of approaching it from, imagine that you had a limited time of being together. How would the relationship be different?
Yeah.
I really like that.
Try it, man. Try it. It really helps. It's like 2 years, 3 years. You cherish things much more. It's just a different feeling all the way around.
Now, if you're 40 and still dating, do you ever circle back? Do you if that were the case and you say, okay, well, this ain't going the way I want to have more fun. I want it to be more exciting. But then, do you keep them in the stable? Because in this relationship, how much of this relationship dating stuff, and we're talking dating, but how much of dating is sex, or is that just how men think, which I don't think is true. But
I think that's,
how much of this is sex?
Every woman that I've met, definitely sex was important, just as important as I feel like it was to me. But I don't know. I mean, for me, even though it's important, it never has been about sex to me. It's been about being around somebody I could have a good experience with. Like, whether we're traveling or walking through the park or whatever, being around somebody that I like really genuinely like to be around with. Because if the relationship ends, it's going to end because I've gotten to the point, or they've gotten to the point, where we don't enjoy being around each other anymore. The sex could still be great, but I don't want to be around you. So for me, would I keep you in a stable? No. If I don't want to be around you personally, I just don't want to be around you for anything. That's just me.
Okay.
But I wonder what everybody out there that's listening, how do you feel about that? Like, if you decided, you know what, I'm not trying to rock with this person no more, but the sex or some other element is still good. Maybe they're a really great cook. Would you still come over and eat their food? You know what I mean? Like, maybe you all really connected on watching sports. You're going to watch the Lakers game with them tonight. You know what I mean? Like, how does that work for people?
Yeah. Okay, so are you still going to be friends? I want to ask you this question here. I want to ask you, I got a couple of questions just kind of came to me. So, Eric, why don't you give me some of your dating turn-ons?
Dating turn-ons. I love when a woman is not jealous. And I mean for real, not that pretending BS. I'm talking about like for real, like they've shown and proved like they definitely want to be respected, but they're not worried about any other woman.
So what is that? How does that show up? So you're out of the date and you openly compliment the waitress or something and she not tripping type of thing?
No doubt. Or, you might have an ex call you for a specific reason, take care of some business, they're not tripping. You know what I mean? Or, you might be out in public, somebody might be checking you out. You've probably been in this situation before, like you out in public, a woman is checking you out. You're not even keyed in on this at all. But the woman you was like, what's she looking at you for? Like, I don't even know that this person is looking at me. Like, what are you talking about? And they off somewhere else at that point. I like women who could be like, yo, shorty checking you out. You know what I mean? Like, like I got you. I ain't worried about it. I love that.
Go see if you can get us a couple of free drinks or something.
Exactly. That's sexy, man. I like that. That's man. You know what I mean? Why don't you chat homegirl up so we can get a free meal or some drinks? Yeah, I like that. So yeah, that's
I would shout out to Nicole, loving my trio from the DMV who just chimed in.
DMV, what up?
Drop your dating turn-ons. For me, I think it's the same thing, but when a woman displays this air of confidence in herself,
no doubt.
That's my dude. Like,
I got him.
I'm good in me. Yeah, I'm good with me.
No doubt.
Yeah, I like that.
The other one I used to like, and I want to get your thoughts too. What I used to like back in the day, I was in DMV, and I like the fact that the ladies out there, and I know ladies do this across the country, but they really was heavy on this out there. They would approach you and be like, yo, what's happening? Like the men would definitely do it, but they would do it too. Like, yo, what's up? My name is so-and-so and so. I think you look good or whatever they said. And it's like, you go from there. I thought that was intriguing, to say the least, because it was like, especially if somebody's approaching you where they're not like just thirsty or whatever, like they got options, but they just decided to approach you.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Now, I have heard some women say in other parts of the country, especially the Midwest, that when they've done that, they were seen as being a whore, or, it was taken negatively. But I never took it like that.
Okay. I see Betty Nelson has chimed in. At least she dropped an emoji. Betty, if you're there, please drop in some of your comments as well. Christina, dropping some of your comments as well. I think I really like, I love for a dating turn on a woman to display public affection.
Okay.
That's dope. That's dope to me. So she'll reach to touch my hand, or when she, let me get something off your face. Let me get something off.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. I like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
What other dating turn-ons for you?
Offering to pick up the tab, man. I probably will never let her do it, but the offer, is dope.
Yeah.
Like, damn, you'll do that? Like, whoa. Okay. I see you, shawty.
Yeah, no doubt.
I see you. Like, okay. No, I got it though. But I see you though. Okay.
Yeah, that is dope. And one thing about me, I will let you pick up the tab. So. No problem with that. Because by that point, I done probably picked up 1 million tabs.
Yeah. Nah, I don't think I've ever let, and somebody would have to correct me, I don't think I've ever let a woman pick up the tab.
Okay, that's very noble of you, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Very noble.
Unless it was like a birthday dinner or something, maybe, but I don't think I've ever let a woman pick up the tab.
Now, I want to ask you this, because this tied into some research that I got. So it was saying something about, I think Match.com or one of these people that did some research about dating. They were saying that 46% of Gen Xers like dinner dates as the preferred type of date.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to throw that at you. Like when you're dating, what type of dates do you like? Like, what do you like to do when you're dating?
Bro, I love plays. I love art.
Okay.
I love great fine dining with tablecloths and cloth napkins.
Okay.
I like wine glasses. I also don't mind a beer pub. I don't mind a beer pub where you can go get a nice, and I'm talking about when I was really eating. I eat a whole lot healthier today, but nice, quaint, offshoot restaurants that people ain't heard of, trying new spots. Or like I say, a beer pub, where you can grab a great burger and try a beer, something outdoor, rooftop-ish with a view.
Okay.
Yeah, those are we could outdoor jazz, outdoor something.
Yeah.
It's dope. That's dope.
So you're on this kind of sophisticated dating side of things.
I'm hood sophisticated. I'm from the hood, but I do have an air of class.
Okay, there's not. Yeah, I like that. That's good, man. Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering.
What about
well, I'm a trip dude, so it's like let's go to Miami real quick. Let's
really.
Go, yeah, no doubt. Let's go to Milwaukee.
Yeah, take a date to Miami.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would. So let's clarify that. So somebody that I'm dating, yeah, let's go to Miami.
Okay, so because when I'm thinking dating, I'm thinking I'm still getting to know you, and I've done that before. I've taken dates out of town. I don't like that shit. No, because I don't know you. What I realize, I don't know you enough. I don't like how you move. Now we on the trip, and I don't like how you. Now you don't like doing this. You don't like doing that. You're just like, oh man, listen. I could have saved that plane ticket. You know what I mean? I could have. Yeah. So that was my experience. Like, oh no.
I hear you. I mean, yeah. Sometimes when you do that, by the time the trip is over, you really don't want to deal with that person like that.
Yeah.
But I've had really good experiences for the most part with that. It could even be something short, like let's go to Waukegan real quick and see what's popping out there.
Okay.
It doesn't have to always be far away, but I would, back in the day, I would go far. But just going on trips in general was always fun for me.
That's dope. Yeah, I don't mind. I love hopping in the whip and taking a drive.
Yeah, okay.
Let's Lakeshore Drive. Let's go up to Evanston. You know a little bit about Evanston. Let's go to the North Shore area. Mm-hmm. Let's go look at some houses. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
Nice neighborhoods
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now, conversely, let me ask you about the opposite of dating turn-ons, and what are some of your dating turn-offs?
The biggest thing with me, and I've cut people off for this, like when I'm dealing with females, and it's like, yo, like I said, you need to relax. Like some people, they are very intense right when you first start dating. It's like, you know what I mean? Like we're having conversations we shouldn't be having right now. You're very agitated about very minor things. Like this is the second day, you got to relax. And so that's definitely a turn off when a person can't tune out their past experiences and just kind of see where our situation is going to go. They're just too uptight or whatever you want to call it. But it's like, like, why are we talking about marriage on the second date? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know you like that. We shouldn't even be having this conversation or talking about monogamy and stuff like that on the third or fourth date. Like, I don't even know you like that.
Yeah, I think that's that comes from, historically, I think women, and I know some of you ladies may jump on me for this, but I'm going to put it out there today. I think that there's a number of historically women that use sex as the catch as when dating, how you get a man and keep a man is sex, and then when you get them in that relationship, then it's like I don't have to I don't have to do this no more. I got you.
Right, I got you. Right.
I got you now. So, and don't you dare step out on me. Don't you dare step out.
Right.
But I decide when, and we are clearly, we as men are not entitled to a woman's body. It's definitely
Absolutely
a
not.
choice.
Absolutely not.
But I think that's in the beginning, you think about that in the beginning, sex can be super hot and heavy, partially because it's new and it is fun.
Yeah.
But and maybe you just get tired of eating at Wingstop, or you get tired of eating at Giordano's, and you just, you over it. You want something else. You want to switch up the meal.
Very true. Very
And
true.
so, how do you, everybody is not open to having that honest conversation about, you need to switch this meal up,
Right.
or something.
No doubt. The other turnoff for me is we should, like, having a conversation about sex to me that's just always been kind of whack to me. It's like, if we got a vibe and we got the chemistry going, we're going to have the sexual you know what I mean? Like, we don't need to talk about that. Like, why are we talking about that? You know what I mean? Like, if we're talking about it, there must not be any chemistry there, because it's really not, it shouldn't be anything to talk about. It's just something that will happen organically. So I always thought that was whack. I've experienced that a couple of times.
So what do you mean? Like, so they're asking about it? They're asking, like, how many women you've been with? Or
yeah, how many women you've been with? If we do something, are you gonna start acting crazy? It's like, yo, come on, man.
I can see.
This another one of those. Let's relax and just have a good time. And I would say this. That's been very, maybe 10% of the women I've dated did that. Most don't even do that, but like a small minority. But definitely a turnoff.
Yeah, quite honestly, man, I don't have a lot of turn-offs. But the ones that I do have, I think, are big. And for me, it's any woman that's and this may be, for some, it may be a turnoff to a woman. But I like, I'm a thinking socialite, so I have very intellectual, deep conversations. I want to talk about some shit. I don't want to necessarily always stay surface. And I'm not talking first date stuff, but I do want to be able to test your intellectual prowess. I like words, so can we have healthy conversations about things other than people and celebrities? And can we talk about some real stuff? Can we talk about some complex stuff? That, for me, if you are unable to match my level of intellect, respect, and opinion without it being something else, then,
Okay. So even if she was super fine and had all the other qualities that you liked, if she couldn't get with you on the intellectual level, you out.
Yeah, man. And I think I've even done that. And I've had the opportunity to be with some very high profile, what you might call exotic looking women from, beautiful women that are mixed cultured and, all kind of stuff that even I had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, well, how you do that? Like that I've walked away from. It's like,
right. Okay.
She's so worried about these damn shoes that hurting her feet, and that's all she talking about. No way.
Yeah.
I can't talk to her, and it's like, man, but you ain't here. You ain't, no, sir. I do not want that in my life. No.
Oh man, that, you know what? That made me think of another turnoff that I gotta say before I forget it. I do not like when women, if we're out to eat and the food comes and there's something wrong with it, and they just start like just go crazy.
See, that's gonna be my G. I'm riding with her.
Because this is what I don't like about it. Like, I'm really big on this. If the food is not how I want it to be, I'm gonna send it back.
Okay.
You don't have to start wilding the whole evening, but they won't send it back. Send it back.
Oh, okay.
And then you'd be like, well, why? Just go ahead and say,
Okay.
Back. Send it back.
Yeah.
5 minutes. It'll be back in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Or now that part, I thought you meant like I will definitely send the restaurant up if they not acting right. But yes, I'm very careful about I've been on dates before in the past where Now she ready to go because the meal wasn't right. It's like, hold up, wait, we can't get something else. We don't have to. We got to leave. Like,
right.
My meal good. Like,
the whole night is ruined.
The whole night be ruined. Yeah.
Over some nachos or something. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
Okay.
Yeah, nah.
So not Nicole is saying, talking about complex stuff is a turn on for her.
Oh, really? Oh, so talking about
complex. She wants to have complex. She likes talking about complex.
Oh, she wants to have. Okay, all right. Thank you for that comment, Nicole. Yeah. That's interesting. I don't know if that's if we're in a serious relationship, I need to be able to. We need to have an intellectual capacity, but if we're just hanging out, I don't know if I care. I would have to really think about it.
Now, the one sticking point for me right now is these phones. The phone is problematic for me.
What way?
If she can't get off the phone, well, I feel like the phone is in between her and I.
Oh yeah.
Like if you can't give me that.
Yeah.
And then I've heard that sometimes, the phone it's more engaging than you. It's like,
man. Well, were they just saying that because they wanted to get you up off of them, or do you feel like they really meant it?
Man, if I'm being honest, I think they probably really meant it. Okay. It's a lot more engaging videos and fights and stuff happen on. I can't move that fast.
You can't compete with that.
I don't move that fast.
Hey man, I've probably been in the same boat. I mean, I've never heard that said like that, but hey, I can see how somebody could think that. Like, man, I'm online. I mean,
you moving too slow. This conversation moving too slow. It's a lot of shit happening on my timeline.
Man, that's
so. I think I've had to adapt to people. The phones are an extension of individuals.
Yeah.
And for some, and I also recognize too that some people are definitely just working off of their phones, like, and like I would reply to an email, or I would pick up the phone if a phone call came through. For some, they don't necessarily pick up the phone. They're doing everything through their mobile device, so it's not always social media. It could be responding to an email, or ordering the product off Amazon, or creating a post, or engaging with a post because that's part of their business, or looking at their calendar, or writing a note, or making an appointment. So I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. You got stuff to do, but I think sometimes if I'm dating, and I haven't dated in the sense that we described, like multiple, like looking for someone. Right. I haven't dated in a few years now.
Yeah.
But what I want to do is I want to be able to definitely get back to really dating my lady, making sure that I'm not letting that Giordano's or that Wingstop become something that I grow tired of. I want to be able to enjoy that sauce or that cheese every single time.
No doubt.
And, and I still, just for the record, in case my lady is watching, I still look forward to the cheese and sauce.
And that's a great thing, brother.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to say the same thing about my lady, which I'm going to see her later today, and I cannot wait. Wait. You know what? My lady is a millennial, and to your point about the phones, like sometimes with millennials, you would think that they would be the main ones doing that in Gen Z, but she's a millennial and she's never done that, like made me feel like her phone was more important than me or anything like that. But I saw an interesting stat, and I know we got to get the characters from corporate in a minute, but it said that for Gen Xers, the 66% of Gen Xers that are dating, their preferred mode of communication, what do you think it is?
It's got to be text.
Text. It ain't no phone call. It's not Skyping or whatever on a video chat. They want to text. And I thought that was, I don't know if I would have said that before I saw that stat. Because I would think we would want to talk more on the phone than text. But then I think about myself. Yeah, I'm really trying to text more than I'm trying to talk. So I guess it makes sense.
For me today, it's I want to see you. I'm that old school dude. I'm gonna talk. I want to see you, and I want to talk face to face to you. Mm-hmm. So I want to do video. I want to see you. I do not feel like doing all this texting. I want to pick up the phone and call you. I want to see your face. Come through. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let me see you. Let me touch you. I ain't got time for all that texting. I'm good. I'm good. As a matter of fact, I've grown into a space of putting the phone down. You know, that phone need to be down for me.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I try to do that.
I still want to lay up and watch a movie. I want your feet on me. I want your legs on me. I want to rub and cuddle. You know, I'm a cake when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Got all my little stuff, huh? Let me stop.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. I'm with you on all that. I'm with all that too, man. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
So you got character. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off.
No, I was just about to say the same thing you're about to say. So we got a couple of things we got to do real quick, everybody out there. So this episode is powered by Hubris Global Wealth Management. I'm actually the founder of this company, and I started it because I really realized that a lot of people who were doing startups, particularly, they were the CEO of the company, but the rest of the C-suite was absent, right? They didn't have a CFO, a COO. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I understand that. And so Hubris exists so that you can leverage a C-suite so that you can continue to grow your company. hubriswealth.us. Go on there. Let's have a strategy session. You could talk to me or somebody else in our camp, but that's why we exist. So we are going to close this out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Before we get to that, I have one more comment.
Okay, good.
From Joy Gill. That's it. Most people don't know what love is. That's what needs to be defined in relationships. I think she was responding to my point about love.
Okay.
You know, being in love. So shout out to Joy Gill coming through with the comments today.
Yeah, we appreciate those comments and feedback because what I like about the show, the way you and I approach this, Stu, is we're trying to learn in these conversations. Like, we definitely don't think we know everything. We're just telling you what our experiences are, but we look forward to hearing from people in our MSG family, like what your experiences were, which a lot of times are different, or you might have a different point of view that we want to hear.
Yeah. Oh, we got one right here. Look, boom.
Great episode. Betty Nelson.
Betty, we need to know how your stuff always seems to come through like this. We want more people to do this, so we need to talk to Betty. Find out, Betty, where are you posting your comments? That your comments come
straight up
the screen. Yeah.
You got that special tech, special technology. Yeah, I'll talk to her about that. We'll figure that out. All right, so we're going to close this show out. This has been a beautiful episode. We're going to do our characters from corporate, and we want to see how you all feel about this. So we started characters from corporate to give people opportunity to sort of vent about people that they were dealing with in corporate, or sometimes even the person themselves might define themselves as being a character. You can send your stories in to us. You can DM us or whatever, myself, Stu, or the Money Section Gen X account. Send us your stories. We're not to say anybody's name. We just want to give people a way to vent and talk. So this is our characters from corporate for this week. And this says, what's up, you guys? I am a Black male, age 34. I'm an attorney and I work in a global law firm, and I'm at the associate level. So I guess not a partner yet. I recently started training a female coworker, and we have gotten really close, really fast, if you know what I mean. I do know what you mean. Okay. And which he says in and of itself is a problem because we're both in serious relationships. Okay. Anyway, he says, so as we started to be assigned on deals together, we started grabbing lunch, coffee, etc., and all of that, so that we can work on stuff. She is Italian and super fine. We have a lot in common, including our ages, our taste in food, etc. He says, now here's the kicker though. We were out at one of our sessions and she messed around and told me her salary.
Oh boy.
And come to find out she makes $10,000 more a year than me, and I am training her. The moment that she told me this, the food I was eating dropped out of my mouth. I stood up and walked away from her. I've been rude and obnoxious to her ever since. Am I a character from corporate?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's no doubt about that. 1,000%.
Wow. That was a heavy one. I've actually been through that myself. Training people and finding out that they made more than me. So I understand that hit different. Find that type of information out.
Oh man. So dang, he couldn't handle it. He couldn't hold it in.
He took it out on her though.
And took it.
You know what I mean? It's like if somebody, they always tell you in corporate, don't talk about your salary with your coworkers or whatever. But like, if say me and you work together and you like, yo, fam, I make $200,000 and I'm making $175. Why am I holding it against you though? That's the employer.
You did your thing. You did your thing. You negotiated. You got your salary. I got to give hats off to you. I'm trying to figure out, dang, what I need to do to step my game up.
Right. I'm not gonna get mad at you. You know,
dude, kind of a
character, man.
Yeah, you're a character, man. Now, yeah, dog. Come on, man.
Thanks for sending in the submission, fam. But you are a character.
Damn, homie. Come on. You represent us, man. Oh, nah, man. Dang.
Yeah, man.
That's not a deal. You a character, bro.
You're a character, but you know. It is what it is. Don't talk about your salary. If you're out there and you're young in corporate, and I used to do this, so I'm speaking from experience, don't talk about your salary. If somebody wants to tell you their salary, you might even want to stop them.
Yeah.
I had gotten to the point where I'd be like, don't even tell me. I don't even want to know.
Now, let me ask about that. Should you be talking about your salary with who you're dating?
Wow, that's a good question. I would say it depends on what stage you're at with the dating. So if you know you want to be with this person, I would say you should. Yeah.
Before you start shacking, maybe?
Yeah, because you want to know what's going on with this person. I would probably more important than the salary. I would want to know what's going on with their credit. Because you could be making, $500,000 a year, and the credit is really crazy. Yeah, man, drop a bomb on that because they could be making, say they're making $100K, and their credit is crazy. Like they just don't pay their bills.
Dang.
Cars gonna come and they're gonna come report a car. Now, if you're younger and you're listening to this, you're like, but why would I care about that? Well, if you're gonna shack up with this person and they come get her car,
yeah, you in trouble.
Who's the responsibility gonna shift to? Who's the first person she's gonna ask for some money, or first person whose car she's gonna ask to drive?
Hey.
Her car. You're right there.
Man, let me drop that.
Careful. Credit reports. Creditreport.com. Check all three.
Now that's an episode we need to be addressing on the Money Section X.
Yeah.
Relationships and money.
Relationships and money, yeah.
We'll maybe have to revisit that in season 3.
Yeah. I'd love to do that. Yeah. This has been a fun episode. I got a chance to get some great insight from you.
Yeah.
Our listeners about dating over 40. I think what I've learned, I know we like to do a takeaway. I've learned that the dating of 40 somethings is a lot more active than I probably realized. Definitely they're out there dating, and most of them don't seem like they're really clear on why per se, but they're definitely out there dating. And I didn't get the chance to get into this research, but they're definitely leveraging social media and websites and all this other stuff to date. It's not just the old school walk up on somebody and all that. They're doing, the Tinder and all these different apps. Gen Xers are definitely on there. So that was interesting.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of gems dropped today, and I think the one takeaway is, for me, let me try to hurry up and get to this takeaway. I think the one thing that sticks out to me may have been what I just dropped the bomb on, man.
Okay.
They have been mine. Like, more important than the money you make, check these credit scores.
Yeah.
And I guess that's when you're deciding to get serious.
Yeah.
Dating.
Yeah. Shacking up and all that. Yeah.
But then have fun, man. Have fun while you're dating, even if you're shacking. Do all you. Oh no, here's a one that you said. Relax and enjoy.
Yeah.
Relax and enjoy.
And then we talked about another one. Think about the relationship from a short-term perspective.
Yeah, don't have to be for the rest of us. Just
3 years,
yeah.
2-3 years. And we're not saying that you're saying the relationship is going to end. We're not talking about that. We're saying just put yourself in the frame of mind that this relationship might only last 2 years, and see if your behavior might be a little bit different.
Would you treat it differently if you knew it was coming to an end? I don't know. I like how you said it better. When I say it, it sounds like death. I like you say it much more eloquently than I do.
Yeah, man. Something to think about. So short term, 2 to 3 years, it might come to an end. Would you cherish it more?
Yeah.
Knowing that it's going to come to an end.
This is what I got for this episode. I want to give this episode this. I want to give this episode a rounding, standing ovation, round of applause. Great episode. Thank you for everybody that chimed in and stayed with us.
Thank you.
For our show from the DMV to Chicago.
DMV to the Chi. Yes.
Appreciate y'all.
And thank you, sir, for being a great co-host. I mean, wow, I couldn't ask for a better co-host.
Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you for letting me be a part of this experience.
No doubt, man. You bring so much to the table. We're going to have to let people know one day all of the stuff that you do behind the scenes. But thank you so much. And on camera, obviously.
Yeah.
As soon as this guy is a monster. You have no idea what all he is doing to make it.
Working on it. Shout out to my man Killer Cam, who just moved from Chicago to Florida with his lady. He's about to get married. I see you, Killer Cam, and Killer Cam waited till he was 40, and so he is clearly ready to settle down. Killer Cam, I see you. Shout out to you, Killer Cam.
Shout out to you. Congratulations. All right, we're gonna wrap this one up. Thank you for tuning in. Episode number 4. We will come back next week and put in some more work.
Oh, we forgot one segment.
What was that?
We forgot it for the last, I think, 2 episodes. We don't have to do it today, but it's the segment where we vibe out on a song from Pool.
Oh man, I forgot all about it. Why don't we go out with that? Let's go out.
Okay, this is from all the way from Cameroon.
Damn, okay.
BGC Melody record label.
Okay.
The song is Bad Energy.
Bad Energy.
From a young lady named Jay. J-A-Y apostrophe. J-A-Y. She got an apostrophe over the E. Jay
from the Cameroon.
Boom. Let me get her up here. I think she's up here. Yeah, let's get Jay up here.
We got to remember that, man. That's important.
Yeah. Here we go. Ready? The song is called Bad Energy, all the way from Cameroon, man.
Let's do it. Vibe out.
Yeah, yeah.
Jay on the beat.
Yeah, yeah. Aki cha 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 cha. Screw.
BGC melody.
Sing about energy. All the girls them about energy. Some they form like play. All the girls them about energy. Sing about energy. Me say baby bad energy. Me say they form like play. I say we be bad energy. I know all your dough. I know all your money. I know all your dough. I know all your money. Only good girls them they use this kind of talk. Lago classic. Only good girls them they use this kind of talk. Lago unique. I say carry me go. Go see my papa. I say carry me go. Go see my papa. Only good girls them they use this kind of talk. Lago classic. Only good girls them they use this kind of talk. Lago unique. Tu veux manger mon argent? You did deny for give me that thing. Tu veux manger mon argent? You did deny for give me that thing. Remboursé mon argent, bébé remboursé. I say give my money, oh. Remboursé mon argent, ma chérie remboursé. I say give my money, oh. I know all your money. I know all your dough. I know all your money. Only good girls them they use this kind of talk. Lago classic. Only good girls them they use this kind of talk. Lago unique. Take it to the left, take it to the right, take it to the front, take it to the back. Let's take it to the left, take it to the right, take it to the front, take it to the back. Ma chérie viens danser, bébé viens danser, mon amour viens danser, chérie viens danser. I wanna see you move up your body, come dance for me. I wanna see you shake up your body, come move it for me. Bad energy, them say we be bad energy. Bad energy, they call we bad energy. I know all your dough, I know all your money. I know all your dough, I know all your money. Only good girls them they use this kind of talk. Lago classic. Only good girls them they use this kind of talk. Lago unique. I say carry me go. Go see my papa. I say carry me go. Go see my papa. Only good girls them they use this kind of talk. Lago classic. Only good girls them they use this kind of talk. Lago unique. Cha 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 cha. Stop. All the girls not joke at the joke. Oh.